Welcome, everyone, to Day 4 of the Angels and Energy Telesummit Tour, a passport to healing your body, financial flow, and relationships. And as many of you know, it is lovingly dedicated to Archangel Raphael, the master healer and God's physician, to help all of us heal. I'm Lori Raymond, founder of Women as Visionaries, and also the creative strategist with Virtual Visionary Events, along with my co-creator and friend, Cecily MacArthur, a dream life coach and certified life mastery consultant. And we both are just so happy that you've joined us from around the world for these divine conversations that are meant to open your heart and inspire action for our third Telesummit. And so just a couple of quick housekeeping notes. We'll work to keep this interview to an hour, but we know that the angels are always in charge. There will be time for questions at the end. And the interview replay link will be immediately available for 24 hours. It is on the daily webcast link, and if you need that link, check your email, from us. And then finally, at any time, if this information just really touches you, you can purchase the VIA, the Very Important Angel Upgrade Package, that has all of the 11 interview hours plus some amazing bonus gifts from our expert tour guides. So that's it for housekeeping. And before I introduce our wonderful expert tour guide for today, from Cecily and myself, we just are both passionate about bringing people together from across the globe to connect around this angelic guidance, specifically Archangel Raphael, for the next 9 days. And we started by honoring Archangel Michael in May with our very first Telesummit. Seems like forever away, Cecily. We've covered a lot of heavenly ground. And this time it made sense that we would add the element of energy medicine experts in this virtual offering, because we really, really want to make sure you walk away with content-rich information. That's our commitment to you, not a lot of commercial breaks and whatever, and that you do get specific tools and strategies and mindsets that will help you awaken the spirit, continue that awakening, and obviously heal your life. And so with that, it is with great joy that I introduce you to our speaker for today. And Sage is going to be speaking to us about prosperously, passionately fulfilling your purpose with the angels. And obviously she likes that letter P. And Sage Taylor Kingsley-Goddard is an Archangel Michael channel, intuitive abundance life purpose and business coach, author, and a dynamic speaker. Her passion is about helping women prosper while fulfilling their passionate life purpose. And she's created this P3, passion, purpose, and prosperity system, and is really walking the talk in her success. And she's worked with many renowned people on stage, including T. Harv Eker and Marianne Williamson, one of my favorites, at Peak Potentials. She's also a hypnotherapist, Reiki master, and teacher, and many, many more things. And so again, Sage, we are just so tickled that you are going to be our tour guide for this wonderful hour about prosperously, passionately fulfilling your purpose with the angels. So welcome, Sage.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
And we're thrilled to have you, Sage. This is Cecily, and for everyone. And I just want to say I am thrilled that we have all people here from around the world to listen to you today. And I wanted to start the interview, Sage, in just having you tell us a little bit about how you got started in this, in the spiritual growth and healing field. And tell us about your own spiritual awakening and what's happened to you to get you where you are now.
Oh, thank you so much. Would it be okay if I did a little prayer first?
That would be excellent, certainly.
Would that be okay? Wonderful. Okay, thank you so much. So let's all take a deep breath. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, angels, archangels, Reiki masters, and all ascended beings and guides, I call upon you with my whole heart, with my whole being, on behalf of all my sisters and brothers listening to these words today. We join together now, our hearts in the one heart, the one love of our loving Creator, to heal ourselves, one another, and our world. So let us be filled and overflowing with your divine light and love. Spirit, let us open our hands and our hearts. Let us open our crowns and our inner seeing. Let us come home to the highest truth of who we really are. Let us see ourselves through your eyes of love and know that the health, wealth, love, and joy we desire, the abundant life that is our best destiny and our birthright, is already here. We name it, we claim it, and we give thanks. This or something better, thy will be done. And so it is. Amen and amen.
Excellent, and so it is. Thank
so
you. That was a beautiful,
beautiful
thank you.
prayer. I just love to start everything with prayer, because we create that sacred space. We're going deeper. We're getting out of our heads and, really into our hearts and our souls with one another and calling in all of our divine help. And they're just here wanting to help us all the time so very much. So thank you for letting me start with that. I really appreciate that, and I hope it touched everyone. So how I got started with spiritual growth and awakening, the short-ish answer is, in 1994, I went through a huge shift, a huge portal. You know how sometimes our growth is like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and sometimes it's kind of gradual, and then other times it's like this huge portal that you just go through, and life is never the same ever since, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so this was one of those huge transformational experiences. It was 1994, and things had been kind of building for a few months where I'd been seeing sacred symbols and kind of seeing the same numbers over and over, and I just felt I was having really, really intense dreams and feeling like this energy was building, but I didn't know what was happening or why and where this was going to lead to, and it all came to a really amazing climax on August 8th of 1994. And what happened was a friend and I decided we were going to have a little adventure. And I'd never been to Mexico, and she lives in San Diego, so we were going to drive down into Tijuana and kind of have an adventure day. Well, we ended up getting way more than just an adventure because what happened was we were driving on the street, and I don't know if you've ever been in Tijuana, but, it's a pretty busy city street, and there's, cars to my left, cars to my right. And we're just driving on the street, and all of a sudden, my car with my friend and I in it was lifted up like 30 feet. We were like 30 feet above the ground. Talk about a miracle. And what happened was this. While we're sitting there in the car, looking at each other going, oh my God, what happened? I don't understand this. We're like 30 feet up. How can this be real? We're like totally freaking out. And yet we're sitting here in the car looking at each other, looking down at the ground. What we saw happen, you guys, was that down there, the car that was on my left and the car that was on my right suddenly swerved in toward each other exactly in the spot where my car was. And what would have happened had the angels not lifted our car up is that there would have been a 3-car fatal collision right there.
Oh, my goodness.
So we just looked down and we saw that those 2 cars barely avoided hitting each other in the space where my car was. Now how they did this exactly, the time-space physics of it, I can't explain, right? Miracles you can't explain. But what I perceived, my sense of it while we were up, and we were up about maybe 20 or 30 seconds, long enough to have a conversation about it and see all this. I know. It's just like amazing. Is I felt that there was an angel under each wheel. I literally felt that there was. I think it was the archangels. It's really, now that I know more about archangels, they have a little bit different energy than the other angels. And I literally felt the 4 archangels holding us up. And then as soon as the danger was past, we instantly beamed back onto the ground. There wasn't a sense of movement. It was just we were up, we were down. And ever since then, that was actually the first of 3 near-death experiences that I went through in an 18-hour period between August 8th and August 9th. And what happened as a result of that is all of that blasted open my third eye. And ever since then, I was no longer just sort of a regular, spiritual person. I mean, I believe we all have a connection to Source, and we're all intuitive. We all have that potential. It's there. But this was one of those, dramatic just explosions that ever since then, I can see energy fields, and I take divine dictation, and hundreds of pages comes out, and, I just feel so grateful and honored. Every single breath of my life is a gratitude for these miracles that I've experienced and that I'm grateful to facilitate for other people ever since then. So that's the short answer. How can you put something like that into words, right? But that was just
that's amazing story, Sage, and
totally
it just sounds as if the angels knew there is a special purpose for you, and that you were supposed to do some work here. They were watching out, taking care of you, so helping you to do this and to find your gifts. Can you talk, when you said opening your third eye, now you mentioned about some of the things that you can do now. Can you talk a little bit more about that? I know a lot of people are interested in being able to do that for themselves and experience their gifts. Can you say a little bit more about what happens now because of that?
Right. Well, there's clairvoyance, clairseeing, there's clairaudience, clear hearing, clairsentience, clear feeling, and then Spirit taught me there's another one which is we meaning the angels and me, we call clairgnosis. clairgnosis, or clairgnostic, or clairgnosis, clear knowing. And that's kind of when you just know something. You don't have a sense of seeing, and there's no image, there's no word, there's no tingle in the body like with the other methods of perception. But this is just, you just know it. You just know this is the right thing to do, or stay away from that person, or you're not actually going to go to so-and-so's wedding. You don't know why. You know what I mean? It's like you just know something. So what happened is it seems like simultaneously all four of those just kind of went to the whoosh on the end of the scale for me. So, and along the way, I acquired various certifications because I noticed that it's helpful to learn these different modalities like hypnotherapy and Reiki, and I'm an ordained interfaith minister, and I have several other credentials there. And then it helps for people who are working with me to understand that there is actually a grounded training behind this miracle ability thing. So what I do with people is when people want to work with me, they either can work through a group program, which is, more affordable and has a wonderful group synergy, everyone's coming together with the same intention, and there's a lot of energy that moves with that. Or they do one-on-one work with me. And for a while I was doing all different kinds of things with the one-on-one work, but now I really kind of got a system that the first thing I do is what's called a PsyCam, which stands for, it's PSYCAM, and it stands for Psychic Chakra Aura Map. And it's not just a typical psychic or intuitive reading, here's what's going to happen kind of thing. What happens is I tune in and I actually read your aura, and I can draw with colored pencils exactly what's going on in your entire energy field, your chakras, your aura, where there are blocks, are you connected to the ground, how open is your third eye, how's your male-female balance. It's extremely in-depth. They usually run 2.5 to 3 hours, and it's all recorded. And then the most important thing that comes through is not just what's broken or what needs fixing, right? It's how do you heal it? How do you actually heal it? So that's where the angels and the guides come in, and they say, this is exactly what this person needs to do to, for example, heal their third chakra, which, they have a father wound or issues with men or whatever, that has to be healed. Or the fifth chakra, maybe they have a thing from a past life that, they were hanged, or something happened with their throat chakra, that ever since that happened, there's been this wound there. So from there, we're starting with the PsyCam is perfect, because then I'm not just working with my toolbox and my head and my heart and what this person knows that they want. Those things are important too. But we're turning it all over completely to Source. So we're saying, what does this person exactly need? What can they do for themselves? To me, that's the most important part. is to empower my clients so that I'm not just handing them a fish, and I'm not even just teaching them how to fish, although I do that too. I teach people how to be more intuitive. But I'm also helping them remember that they already know how to fish. Does that make sense?
Yes, I love that. They do.
Exactly.
Helping people to remember, absolutely. So before we go into some more of with your content here, I do want one more story, because when you're talking about working with your clients, and you had quite an encounter in your healing center recently. Will you just tell the story about the angel you recently captured in a very special way?
And I just realized too that I didn't realize this at first. It took me a while to realize. The day that I had that other experience I was telling you about, which was my huge awakening with the 3 near-death experiences and then the car being lifted up, in Mexico, that was on August 8th, 1994. Well, actually, August 8th, 2011 is when this new thing happened, this amazing thing of this angel appearing on the closet door. And it was exactly 17 years to the day of my huge spiritual awakening. And I didn't even realize it at first. And it was like, oh, my God, how perfect is that? So I did this healing session with this client, which the healing modality that I use now that blends all of the healing tools is called omnidimensional healing, because you heal on all dimensions, past, present, future, body, mind, heart, and spirit. You heal core issues. You can even heal ancestral stuff, like your parents and your ancestors and your children are healed from the session for healing you. It's beyond amazing. And I take no credit for it. I'm just a really good straw for the cosmic chocolate milkshake. It all just comes through me. My job is to be the straw. So we have this amazing healing. And then I'm talking to my clients afterwards, like you would normally do. You process and you share, how was that and so forth. And we're sitting here in the healing room. And I do these remotely too, but this was an in-person session. And we're here, and I'm in the same room here, and I'm looking at the closet where this other miracle happened. And all of a sudden we're looking at the closet door, and there's this image of an angel, almost like someone has something made of light, and it's being projected, this shape of an angel on the closet door. And actually I have a gift for all the listeners if they signed up for the VIA packet, or if they want to just go to my website. Either way, I want to make sure that everybody who's participating has a chance to see these angel pictures. And this angel showed up on the closet door, and the place where people can go to see it so they can look while I'm describing it is www.prosperitypassionpurpose.com/gifts, GIFTS, plural, .html, prosperitypassionpurpose.com/gifts.html, and that'll take you to a bunch of great free goodies, including this angel report with the actual pictures, and these are untouched. They were actually taken from my cell phone. And I know, and it's like there's this angel, oh my God, is that an angel? We're sitting here looking at each other going, oh my God, it's an angel. And, I tried to sort of jiggle the blinds, turned off the light, is there some kind of physical explanation for this angel on the door? And then nothing I did physically affected it. There was just this image of this angel on the door. So we tuned in and we listened to the angel and we gave thanks. We both took notes, and again, I encourage my client, yes, you can hear the angel. Yes, you can take notes for yourself. So we're taking divine dictation, and some of the messages that came through are on that report that I'm giving to everybody to see, for free. And then I read War Soldier, where you died by a wound to the stomach.
Okay.
And so you need a past life healing that will help with that. And another thing you can do, in addition to the past life or on the dimensional healing, is really stand in the sun. This may sound silly, but, it works. Whatever works, right? You want to heal.
That's right.
Exactly. Yep. I know, you're ready. I can tell that you're ready. You're like, okay, I'm done struggling already. So,
I certainly am.
Yeah, and so you still have some sunny days here before the rain season comes. And I would literally expose your belly to the sun, go out there, wear a little short shirt and, pull your whatever down and get the belly there. And take at least 10 really powerful sun breaths. And really focus it as you're breathing in. You're breathing in infinite power from the sun, and you're breathing in the power and the energy from God. And if you're comfortable working with Christ, He wants to help you with this too, so you can breathe in Christ's light.
Wonderful, yes.
And then breathe out whatever you need to release. And one of the things you need to breathe out, in your case, is forgiveness.
Wonderful, okay.
Okay?
Yep. Oh, that feels so good. I can't tell you. It's amazing. And I physically can feel all of it as you're talking. It's like, whoa. Very powerful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have tears in my eyes. I'm a Pisces, and I get very emotional and empathic sometimes. So I can feel a lot of energy with that for you too, Fatima. So
thank you. Blessings to everyone.
Many blessings. And
all right.
let me know how it goes.
I will let you know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Fatima. That's a great question. And we'll take one more call, and let's see. This person is, whoops, where did I go? Oh, here it is, 0882. Hello, you're unmuted. What's your question for Sage?
Hi. Excuse me. Thanks for taking the call. My name is Kathleen, and I'm calling, asking about any blocks that you might see as I am progressing towards some really beautiful, successful things, but somehow it seems that I still am not flowing as good as I could in regards to abundance. Money, although other things are coming in, a partner has come in, and I'm actually wanting to do a teleseminar to infuse people and help people with their creativity and openings.
Beautiful. So the first thing I want you to know is that you're on track with your writing project.
Wow.
Okay. And I can see the cover. I can see the cover of it. It's a book, but it's also going to be a course. Okay, so it's like maybe you're starting in the book, or you're thinking book. You know about the book, and there's also a course. So it's going to be more than one book, or kind of larger than that. So you're on track with that. And the thing that you need is more routine. You need more routine with your day and with your week, because what's happening is you're getting pulled in so many directions. Are you working out of your home?
My studio, and I live in my workspace, yes.
Okay. So, right. So you need more like of a separation, and I'm really getting that about time. And it may also be the case about space, like, okay, this is my work time, this is my workspace, and just being really, really focused, like get yourself your glass of water, turn off the phone, close all the other windows on your freaking computer. I know how that one goes. Right? And just like, okay, right now, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And I would even set a timer and like make yourself work for like half an hour segments, or you can sometimes do an hour, half an hour to an hour, then take a break. Drink some water, stand up, stretch, go to the bathroom, but don't get like involved in other things until you feel like you've done enough on that particular thing. So if you do 30 minutes to an hour, super focused, hocus pocus, I need focus.
I have been setting time.
Yeah, that's the piece you needed right now. There you go. Wonderful. And I want to hear about your book, because the other piece they said, and I'm glad I remembered this part, is when you're ready to launch what you're giving birth to, because you are giving birth, when you are ready to launch, you need a lot of midwives. So you need a lot of people. I'm feeling like 5 or 6, like partners, like joint venture partners, people who kind of help you get this out to a wider audience.
Okay.
And be selective about who you choose for that. You'll know. Just trust. You'll know, like, in your heart, like, it'll be, like, really clear, like, when you talk to these people. And I might be one of them, so I'm not sure. I feel like I'm one of them, yeah. So let's talk, separately. Send me an email, and we'll talk about your projects more and see how I can help you with that. Okay? So feel, the angels are helping to line it up. So it's really exciting, and I can't wait to find out more.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bless you.
All right, Kelly, thank you. All right, and real quickly, we just had a couple of things on the webcast, and one thing that I thought was really great was, let's see, where is it here? So somebody just said, I think this is great. Now, this is Alexandria from Cuddletown, and I'm not sure where that is. It says, she said, it's amazing. It's been raining all day, and as soon as you started praying, the brightest sunlight came through my window and shined on my face. She said, thank you for your prayer. So I just wanted you to have that. I think that's great. And then we have another one that says, hi, Sage. I really feel like I'm being called to work with angels and would love to do angel readings or some other healing work with them and through them. What do you suggest I do to get started? And that she thinks it was a beautiful call. So what for people who are feeling that pull? I know you gave some ideas before in terms of what people could do, but someone particularly feels like they are being called to do healing work. What would you say for that?
Right. Okay, let me go inside here and turn it over. Okay, so it's wonderful that you are clearly feeling that calling and you're feeling that excitement and you're making a commitment to it. One thing that I needed to do to get out of the pattern of starving light worker, I'm not an artist. My husband is an artist. He's an amazing mandala artist. He was doing starving artist and I was doing starving light worker. And 3 years ago we shifted all that with, these P3 practices. And one of the pieces that was part of that was really like making your commitment to God, making your commitment to Spirit that instead of coming from, how to describe this, instead of coming from like, please, God, please give me the money to pay the bill, please, please, from this like, desperate vibration, you know what I mean? We've all been there, right? To come into more of a sense of partnership with God, and that's not a hubristic thing like, you're as good as God. We're all God. We are all God's hands and voice when we're being who we really are. And we're stepping up to the plate, and we're going through that golden portal, and we're really serving in the way we're meant to serve. We are letting God, just like I'm doing with you. You can feel that, right? And this is not about me, that I'm just a straw. And you too, right? We're just, that's what we're here to do, is to have a conversation with God like God is your best friend, and say, okay, I am willing to be your hands, and I am willing to be your voice. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help as many people as I can to come home to the truth and the love that they truly are. And I have this conversation with God on a daily basis. So what I need from you is for you to provide me with the resources so that I can do that. Okay, so if you do your part, I will do my part. And if I start falling off track, please feel free to remind me, send me some kind of messenger, and let it be really clear, like neon lights, gentle brick on the head, so I can get back on track, so that I can keep doing my part. But basically, like 3 years ago, I had this shift, like, okay, I went from, and I explained this in the Manifest Anything ebook that hopefully people are getting their hot little hands on electronically, at the site that I mentioned, is that there are 3 stages. There's this sort of like, yeah, right kind of stage, like the doubt and despair stage, right? Which I don't even talk about that stage because, like, we're done with that. So 3 stages of law of attraction. One is hope. Like, gee, I hope I can be an angel healer. I hope I can be an angel reader. That would be really nice, right? You go from there to belief, to, I really believe I can do this. I really believe I have something of value because and I can feel that the person who asked the question, I can feel that they're very heart-centered. I can feel that they're very sincere and they have a real desire to help. And I also feel that they have a lot of intelligence. So when you know yourself and you look at that, you go, okay, I'm creative, I'm intelligent, and I'm committed to this, and I really want to help people. So I believe I can do this. And I kind of feel like the the person asked the question. I'm sorry, what was the name again?
Hold on a second. I think, it was Leslie from Sacramento.
Leslie. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Leslie. You're my neighbor. Okay, cool. Let's get together.
That's right, Sacramento. She is in your town.
You come to my local things. So, anyway, woke up. So, I'm feeling that she's kind of at that stage 2, sometimes at the stage 1 of hope, and mostly at the stage 2. And there's a quiz. You can take the quiz that I'm sending everybody to. It shows you what stage you're at. And what you want to get to is stage 3. You want to get to the stage 3, which is knowingness. And when you make, like, this deal with God, like, you're like, okay, I am your hands, I am your voice. And I know, can you feel that energy in my voice there? That is totally different than hope or believe. I absolutely know that you are going to take care of me. I absolutely know that you are opening the right doors for me, and that it's all absolutely lined up and lighting up. Because I'm here to be your hand and voice, and I love you, and I am the love that you are, and you are totally with me and around me, and I have so much divine support. I absolutely know that this is absolutely working. It's perfect, it's whole, it's complete, it's done. And I'm always taken care of. I always have not just enough, I always have plenty of what I really need. And that's all kinds of resources. And you'll notice I said resources, I didn't just say money. Money is one resource. Time is another resource. Connections are another resource. Clarity is another resource. So all of these resources. So have that conversation. I think that's the most important piece for you to have. The next piece, which is kind of the more obvious, like sort of physical, plain, human level piece, is to get the training that you need. And the training that you need is on both levels. The spiritual training with your guides, with your angels, with your teachers, and you need to work more with your dreams. They said that specifically about you, Leslie. That's true for a lot of people. Go to wisdom school in your dreams. You can get a lot of training with that 7 or 8 hours that you're sleeping. You can get a lot of training, and you can wake up. Usually when you go to wisdom school, you wake up like, whoa, something just happened there. I have no idea what it was. I can't describe it because it doesn't translate back down to this level of reality that I know that something huge just shifted, and I feel great. And that's amazing. And thank you so much. Thank you dream spirits, thank your angels, your ascended masters for teaching you. So, going to wisdom school at night and in the daytime too, of course. And training with the earth angels that you need to train with. Whether that's me or somebody else or some combination of people. I know that Doreen Virtue has like a whole angel card certification thing. I didn't go through that personally just because I work directly with the angels. I mean, who certified Doreen Virtue? The angels. But some people need to work with like that kind of a structured, it's like, go with who you feel called to study with. The most important beings that you study with are non-human teachers. They're your spiritual teachers. So if your human teacher ever says X and your spiritual teacher says no X, you do no X. Trust your own intuition, trust your guides and angels above anything, even me. Okay, because I'm just human, right? But trust that and get the training that you need. I would start kind of small as far as financial investments. And I learned that from my first business, which was how I went bankrupt, is I took money out on credit cards. And I'm a risk taker. I'm not one of the people who's afraid to take risks, but sometimes I take risks that are too risky or the wrong time or too big of a risk or whatever. So I took out $50,000 on credit cards and created the best romantic board game in the world, actually, according to the Playboy catalog. It was a really hot romantic board game, let me tell you. And we sold them out like hotcakes, but I lost my shirt making a romantic game because I financed it in a bad way and, that kind of thing. So I would start out as far as like you maybe use Vistaprint for your business cards or your brochures. It's really inexpensive. You can get a free website. There's a lot of ways you can get like a WordPress or a Weebly.com, and I have lots of other tips too that I know we don't have time for like a full intuitive business coaching session. But let me know, Leslie, if I can be of further service. And, you might be someone who the Prosperous Goddess Mastermind would be a really good choice for you. Just to plant that seed. You might want to just come on that free call and kind of see if that resonates, because you have an opportunity to get intuitive business coaching with me 3 times a month, much more affordably than working with me one-on-one. But, of course, one-on-one is a great way to go, because then it's all about you, and you. So whatever works. So there's some ideas for you, and I hope that something there was helpful and you can run with that.
Wow.
And total success to you. Total success to you.
Sage, I do hate to break in, because you were really on a roll and you've given so much. But we wanted to want to wrap up, and I know you wanted to have some final words about what we've said today. So we try to keep it brief, and then we do need to stop, because we've gone way over today. But we've enjoyed what you've shared with us. So
thank you. So much.
I don't the archangels have a message for us?
Yes. So this is Michael. Hey, everybody. We want you to know that there is no separation between you and your heart's desire. There is no separation between you and God. There is no separation between you and your angels. There is no separation between you and the health, wealth, love, joy, and freedom that you are longing for. Open yourself right now and feel my brother, Raphael, pouring golden green nectar into your crown. And let this energy gather where you need it to, filling your heart, filling your belly, filling your entire being. The truth of who you are. We love you.
And so it is. Woo.
Mike at the mic.
Woo.
Thank you, Michael.
Feel
that. Woohoo! Thank you, everybody.
Wow. Yeah. And Sage, just on behalf of Cecily and myself, we just want to express our heartful and heartfelt thanks for this amazing hour plus generous, special spiritual feast that you've just blessed us, your wisdom. You've given us so many practical tips, tools, strategies, and mindsets, which we promised in the beginning. So thank you again, Sage, on behalf of Cecily and myself. And also, of course, we want to thank all the angels, and in particular Archangel Raphael, who clearly was here today and is really working with each and every one of us if we can open to that divine, as you have so beautifully said, Sage. So again, thanks. And to everyone out there, we're wrapping up the first week of our tour of this Angels and Energy Telesummit tour with our expert tour guides. So be sure to join us tomorrow for day 5, when we've got the very special Andrea, and I hope I'm going to learn tomorrow how to say her name, Baudouin. And she is speaking to us about aligning yourself for business. So for all of those wannabe angel practitioners, how perfect is that in that follow-up? So goodbye to everyone, and angel blessings to all of our human angels for listening in, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, all. Blessings.
Thank you. Many